YouTube, what it is, it's your boy Diesel from Diesel TV. Alright man, here I come with another video, and today it's gonna be Why Do Police Do What They Do series, alright? We're gonna talk about today unmarked versus marked or undercover cars, alright? We're gonna talk about the whole aspect of marked, unmarked, and undercover. And the reason why I wanted to come with this video is because, like I said before, I came up with this series because a lot of people have misconceptions, they have questions about why police do the things that they do. They also have, you know, opinions about some things that are just totally wrong when it comes to the police world, all right? And that one opinion is today is like, I have a lot of people say, yeah man, this undercover car came through here today and we don't know why this undercover keeps on riding through. And the main thing that runs through my mind about you know, when people say undercover is, why do you think that is an undercover car? Then they point the car out and it's like, oh, well that's an unmarked car, it's not an undercover car, all right? And I get that a lot of people saying it's an undercover car versus an unmarked, because essentially undercover, you're not supposed to know if they're the police or not. That's basically essentially what it is, all right? So let's get into it. So basically, I'm gonna be telling you guys, I'm lighting my cigar while I do this. This is an Atabey cigar I got into one of my old subscriptions. It was a luxury cigar subscription I had got, and I haven't smoked it yet, so I'm gonna just go ahead and smoke it now. But moving on, so I'm gonna give you basically the insider of how police officers view marked, unmarked, and undercover cars, all right? So let's start off with the marked car. Any car that has the police marking on it or anything like that, if it doesn't have any police marking and it has a light bar on top of it, that is a marked unit. That is what we call a marked unit. If you can just look at it and tell for sure that is the police, then yes, that is a marked unit. Sometimes it might be security or whatever, but even with those are marked units. We call those marked units as well because, you know, it has that light bar and it essentially slows people down, makes people think that there's, you know, something around that they don't want to, you know, commit any crimes in front of or something like that. So let me show you guys a picture of a marked unit, all right? This is a marked unit. As you can see, it has the light bar on top, the lights in the grill. It also has the push bar, and on the side of it, it says police, dial 911. All right, that's usually what we call a marked unit. All right, these you will see out in the streets and stuff like that. There is no question about if this is a marked unit. You can tell that this is a police car, 100%. All right, now when it comes to an unmarked police car, okay, I'm gonna show you a picture of an unmarked police car compared to a marked police car, and this is what we usually call unmarked police car, okay? As you can see, it's a black Charger. Usually an unmarked police car is gonna be a police type vehicle, all right? Might be a Charger, it might be a, you know, Ford Explorer that they have or something like that. A lot of detectives drive unmarked police cars. They still have the lights and siren in them. You can see the lights and siren. It's not really hidden like you know, like they don't really go out their way to hide them. As you can see on this unmarked police car, there's a push bar in front of it. This is probably like a traffic unit or something like that that would be driving this car. You know, a detective would probably drive something like a, you know, Impala or something like that. That is still classified as an unmarked police car because it has the blue lights and siren in it, all right? All right, I'm gonna show you some of my undercover cars that I had back in 2011. I don't wanna show you any of my recent ones that I just left from or anything like that because they may still be in service. So I'm gonna show you some of my older undercover cars. I'm just gonna show you two pictures. All right, the first one was this black truck right here. It was a Ram 1500. This right here, I purchased many of deals. I've done many deals in this truck, like a bunch of deals in this truck, all right? This one I used on occasion. This was not my everyday driver or anything like that. My everyday driver was an undercover car as well, but it did have a blue light on the visor, had a siren in it. But all that stuff was hidden just in case I needed to use it for undercover. I didn't really use it for undercover that much. I might have used it once or twice, or a surveillance. Like the lights in it were like hidden. You would not be able to tell there were lights in it. And it was an Impala. So it was one of those type of cars that could have been an unmarked car, but they just left it so unmarked that you really couldn't tell if it was a police car or not. But this was an undercover car right here that I drove all the time for deals, all right? Another one that I drove was this 350Z. I used to drive this a lot also for undercover deals, man. It would just depend on, you know, what kind of deal it was. If it was a high, you know, something I was gonna have to spend some money on, show off for and stuff like that, I would drive this car. Or if it was something that I was just beating up somebody buying some a little bit of a product of dope or something like that, then I would drive that Dodge, man. It just depends. There were other cars that I drove also, but I didn't drive them as much because they were just so, you know, they might have been a very, very expensive car. A lot of these cars we got off like confiscations or something like that, or it might have been something that was purchased on a grant or something like that. I can't remember what we got this car for, but this car was back in 2011, so I know this car is no longer in service. There was that truck was back in 2011 as well. I know that truck's no longer in service, so it's not really that much big of a deal of trying to figure out if putting it out there that, you know, cars that were used or whatever. So these two cars I used when I was undercover, and I did a lot of deals in these two cars. These were my main two cars that I used. So that is the main difference when it comes to undercover and unmarked. Those two cars, there's a huge difference. So when you see a car out there that is unmarked and you can see the blue lights in it, you know it's a police car, that is an unmarked car. All right, cars like these, the 350Z and the 1500 Ram, those are undercover cars. Basically, how you want to look at it is how the police do it. A police officer that is undercover is going to be somebody that's dressed like me, that tries to fit in, things of that sort. A police officer that is like kind of like, we'll say unmarked, is like a detective. Those are like, you know, the plainclothes officers. You can tell they're police because they have their badge on and stuff like that, yeah. But they don't wear the uniform. It's not the uniform. So just like police officers, you got a uniform, you got plainclothes, and then you got undercover officers. Same thing. They're just officers that try to fit in to normal society and things like that. Same thing with the cars, man. Cars that try to fit in normal society are undercover, and the ones that are unmarked are the ones that just don't have police written down the side, basically. Basically how that is, all right? So that was just a quick video I wanted to bring you guys because I had a few comments in my last one about, you know, the undercover car and an unmarked car on the impersonating the police officer video that I did, and it was not an undercover car that I was in. I was in an unmarked car because you can actually see the lights if you wanted to. They were hidden very well, but you could actually see them. So that was the thing with that. So like I said, I just wanted to bring you guys a real quick video about, you know, the differences between an unmarked and an undercover car. I hope you guys like this video, man. Also, my merch is out. If you guys want my merch, just email me. Email's down in the description. Email me. I can send you pictures of everything. I can let you know what colors I have available, things of that sort. T-shirts are 25, hoodies are 45. If you want one, just email me, send me the PayPal, and I'll get it sent out to you guys. It's from a third party now. I have to go through a third party to get it sent. So once you send me the email, I might not send you the tracking right away. I have to get the tracking from the company that's doing the shirts, and then you'll have your tracking. I'll send it straight to you guys, all right? It really doesn't take that long for you to get it. So if you want my merch, just go ahead and send me an email. We'll set everything up. I'll tell you where to send the money to and all that stuff, and we'll get it set up. I've already sent out a lot of the merch already so far, guys. A lot of people have gotten my merch. They just don't send me pictures like they're supposed to, so I can let you know who has the merch. If you have my merch, send me a picture so I can put you out there if you want to. That's only if you want to. All right? So guys, like I said, I hope you like this video. Go ahead and drop that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And y'all know what it is, man. I'm out.